Break it.
Hello, and welcome to the OS World Cup 2018 quarterfinals. I'm Bubbleman, bringing you this match between Russia and Romania, and joining me in the commentary booth I have Chippy. How's it going, man?
It's going great. How about you?
Yeah, very well. Good night's sleep, ready for some good matches.
It's definitely going to be a great day of matches, and we're kicking off here with a really good one, Russia versus Romania.
Yeah, Russia dropped down to the losers bracket when they faced against Canada in the last round, the round of 16. Romania dropped as well when they faced Australia.
So Russia actually getting upset by Canada there, despite kind of dominating their group, beating Japan, the team who upset Germany, nonetheless. And then Romania, not really getting upset that much by Australia. They were the B seed against the A seed in that case in terms of round of 16. But they did a really good job in group stages as well, taking over Poland. So we'll see what really happens in this losers bracket. Both teams have shown what they're capable of, and both teams have shown that they can make pretty good showings when they're performing at their best.
Indeed. Can see the matches we've got today. Russia-Romania will be the one we're bringing you now, but later on we've also got Denmark-Germany and UK versus Brazil. We did see the teams that beat these two, knocked these two into the loser bracket play yesterday, and it was a very close match. Thoroughly recommend watching that one if you haven't.
Oh, that match was crazy.
So, of course, neither team really got the short straw with regards to round of 16 matchups, and in fact, both teams took the same amount of maps from their opponents in the round of 16 anyway. Both teams took 3 maps. So, dead even, it would suggest. Where do you think the victory's gonna go? Who's gonna take this one?
I feel like it's almost foolish to not say Russia, so I'm gonna say Russia. Romania is a great team, don't get me wrong, but the thing is, as these map pools are getting harder, they're going to have to shuffle in more players for certain picks. And from what we've seen from the Romanian roster right now, it's almost static. If you look at how many players have played per map, the 4 players who have played consistently have stayed the same. The other 4 have played twice, and then the other 3 once. So it's like we haven't seen that much from the other 4 of the team, and as these map pools do get harder, you're gonna have to swap more people in. So I'm gonna say Russia, simply based off of that fact. Plus, I do think they're overall the more, I guess, composed team. But I could definitely see Romania making an upset here. It's just gonna be, I would definitely say on the level of almost not Poland level, but like it's close.
It is close indeed. Of course, Russia, one of the top seeds going into this tournament. Not exactly sure where they sat, I'll have a check now, but they were very close to the top. Strong team this year. They're showing it now. They had some good combos going on this. 7.4 stars. Not really something to scoff at.
Yeah, I know. Red Pixel, I mean, despite not having full combo, his accuracy right now is something to be looking at. 99.74 is really good.
You're saying about swapping players in, maybe they want to rely on them for specialist picks and have a more central few players that stay in for everything and then rely on the specialists to really bring it home. Maybe Russia, do you think Russia have that, or do you think Russia are just well-rounded enough to play anything with anyone?
I think Russia's definitely more of a well-rounded team in terms of playstyle. I mean, they wouldn't be one of the top seeds of the tournament, and they wouldn't be favored to win over so many teams if they weren't, I guess. But I mean, we've seen it in their past matches. There's a lot more roster swaps from the side of, I mean, Russia than Romania. In a good way, that is.
I mean, you could also suggest with the half of the team only being in for 1 or 2 maps, then there's the same amount of roster switches just on the same couple of people. Maybe it's the players that are staying in that are the stronger, maybe even stronger than Russia's players who would otherwise switch out.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Like Badu and Rohulk have been performing phenomenally, and that's why they've played on 8 and 9 of the map picks that Romania's played. It's like they've been performing super well in this tournament. So
In fact, they're the 2 players in this match that have been performing the most consistently in the last stage.
oh yeah,
Back the highest scores for their team. But then looking at the stats, it's a wall of Russia.
Yep, Russia gonna win
Got
that
to
first.
climb that.
Exactly, the reigning champion of the World Cup. So it's like they went from a country that really didn't have much of a roster to a roster that upset the reigning champion, like you said, to take your words.
They have a lot of talent. They have a lot of upcoming talent. They have a lot of talent pool to skill he possessed, what he could actually do.
That's the thing. It's really hard to give credit to everyone on the team, and that just shows how kind of like great of a team they really are, and how surprising it is to see them, you know, so early here.
Romania have got a wall to climb, and
If you're able to play those maps. But I'm sure Russia knows that any other team is going to look at the match that they lost and probably try to mimic that, so they're probably well prepared for the picks that they do.
I just want to point out, this is an insane warm-up.
Oh, I know. This song itself is crazy. I've never seen the map that's this crazy, and probably
John's
am going to
a
download
mapper
this.
of the last tiebreaker, actually.
Ah.
Saw his map in Cold Green Eyes. You can see the extremes it can be pushed to.
Yeah, that was a lot of fast sliders for Asphyxia. I'm used to Asphyxia being an alt map because Monstrata.
It was Evil Elvis. I think Asphyxia was the name of the song.
No. I know. I was talking. Oh.
and Romania take the first pick, where do they go?
Hard Rock 3.
Answered immediately. Hard Rock 3. I would have said Nadeshiko Color Heart would be a good pick for them. As well as Pandemonium. They've got a lot to play with in No Mod. And I think they've also got a lot to play with in Hard Rock as well. I say that against Russia, but they do have a lot of Hard Rock talent.
Yeah, both sides definitely do have their fair share of Hard Rock talent. Although, I agree with you, Russia has a lot more, I guess, specialization in Hard Rock?
Russia are also really good at DT as well, which I think is the targeted ban from Romania. Not really something they don't want to play, more something they don't want to see Russia play. And I think the same from Russia, they don't want to see Romania playing AR8.
That's a fair assumption. Yeah, I'd like to point out, most of Russia's players are very prominent in Hard Rock, but for the most part, when you look at their, I don't want to bring top plays as a be all end all of player skill, but a lot of the maps that are Hard Rock, I guess top plays are very stream oriented maps. So that could explain a little bit here, but
I think in Hard Rock, if you're going to be farming the mod, you're going to be playing a lot of stream heavy stuff.
That's true. With OD10, it's just
really, really difficult to actually get performance from more pure jump maps, aim maps. But even saying that, they do have a lot of good aim in their performance, as well as DT. Not really, I suppose not really massively versed in Hidden, would you say?
I would agree with that. For Russia, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. In comparison to Romania, I agree.
And we will be getting into the first map. Hollywood Galaxy CS 6.5 Hard Rock pick. Going to be Russia versus Romania in this, the first losers bracket match of today.
And this is going to be Vru's actually second map in this World Cup. He did play one during, I believe it was group stages, but I could be wrong. So I'm interested to see how he does here. I think what you were saying with specialist picks is very spot on in comparison to this map. I mean, if you look at the circle size, it's definitely seems like one of those specialist pick kind of things, as we're going to be seeing Neko break very early into the map.
It was mentioned in the showcase that this is a relatively nostalgic map. There's a lot of players that were going for accuracy players on this back in the day. Could we see accuracy on this on Score V2? Maybe. There's a lot of sliders, interesting rhythms. There's a lot more potential to drop accuracy than there was on Score V1 just because of slider heads.
Yeah, and that can really mess up.
Everyone keeping strong. A couple of early misses. Turnham and Neko DS, as you said, but...
Ooh, a Turnham and Vru going to be missing on the side of Romania. That's not going to be good for them.
Neko failing out.
I think they'll be fine.
This is an entire stream. All that HP is gone. And now the recovery drive is on.
Oh yeah, recovering is actually going to be huge with Hard Rock, especially in a map with this low circle size. He's going to have to hold combo, but these back and forths are going to easily get him in, and he's going to be back in.
Big combo lead to Russia now.
Ooh, but a Lumen Tree. That could mean something. 200k gap, actually, I don't know. I don't think it's enough time.
Breaks. Drops the combo that was mirroring Neko's. Talala misses at the end, but the high combos from Rohulk. Bado is not going to be able to cut it. Not going to bring it back. Everyone drops on those sliders from Russia, but...
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Too little, too late. Bado and Rohulk lock out the perfect FC, but combos from Russia. Just enough to keep it in their favor. They take that early break point 1-0.
And now,
not as expected, maybe, for the Romanians.
oh, definitely not. I mean, it was their first pick. Usually, when you're for your first pick, your usually best bet is to pick something that they're definitely not going to pick for obvious reasons. Being, you want to save the picks that you think they might pick for last, because if they pick it, then they picked one of your picks, so you get another pick basically. So them picking that first shows that was probably like their most confident map in terms of they're not going to pick it, and we are, and they beat them on it. So definitely have to get ahead of Russia.
Pandemonium.
You were just talking about this map actually.
Just saying about this being a Romanian pick. I wouldn't have expected Russia to take this.
I mean, they definitely have to have picked it for a reason. And it's going to be really bad for Romania if Russia does perform as well as, I mean, their confidence in picking it shows. That's going to be one of the picks that you mentioned would favor Romania, again, out of the way.
A lot of slider accuracy on this. There's repeat sliders you have to be aware of. You have to hit the ends of them, make sure you don't drop your combo just by missing the end of a slider. Some really misleading rhythms as well. Interesting rhythm choice, I think, in the second half. Really hard to follow, hard to pick out what the sounds the maps actually map to are.
A lot of meme songs are all over the place. Or meme, I don't know how to pronounce it, but
I think it's mem.
Alright, a lot of mem songs are all over the place in terms of rhythm. So it really gives mappers a lot of, I guess, freedom in terms of what they can do with it.
We're going to be seeing it now. 210 BPM, this relatively fast, technical, slider-heavy pick. And we'll be getting into this. Russia's pick, the second map to be played.
And yeah, we are going to be seeing the kind of standard roster from Romania right now. The 4 players who have played by far the most in this tournament so far.
And as the intro fades, we're getting into the first chorus. Watch out for these sliders. First break comes from Chiu. Not on a slider, in fact, I think that was on the end of a triple. Just misaiming it, mistiming when to aim at the next slider, and a Turnham as well follows suit. It's the tame 2 slots. Although Rohulk with his first miss in the match drops on a slider, followed by Fallen and Aiden. 2 FCs to 1. Fido holding strong. But it's that extra FC. Red Pixel, Allometry. Holding it in Russia's favour. Looking strong. Looking like this was a good pick from them.
Yeah, and if the combo's just creeping up, so it's like, even if like one player from the side of Russia misses, they still have those 300 combos kind of like back up their score a little bit.
But so does Romania. They're looking strong. They're breathing down their necks, and Fallen drops his 300, followed by Chiu.
And I just think it's too little too late right now for Romania.
Rohulk drops that combo he'd been building as well.
Oh, that's
That will
definitely not
as well
good.
as a Turnham. 3 FCs still left on the board. All 3 comboing through that final hype section.
And yeah, this far into the map, there's going to be no players messing up, no players failing. It's a pretty standard ending, and it's going to solidify a second point for Russia there. Pretty convincingly so. 600k this far into the tournament is a pretty convincing victory.
Ooh, 3 S's on the board for each team. It's all sliders. It's what this map's all about. You misaim the head of a slider, you still get an S if you follow it properly. You just don't get the full 300 and you break your combo.
But yeah, Badu and Red Pixel gonna be both getting 99% FCs. Pretty good jobs on both of the ends of them. Unfortunately for Badu, his team is not gonna take that point. Russia is gonna be taking that second point. The pick is gonna go back to Romania's side, and we'll be seeing, I guess, what they pick. It's kind of hard in this situation because you don't want to pick anything, I guess, that you want to pick something that momentum stops, if that makes sense. Because you've given Russia one of your own points, and you've given them their own win on their own map. So you really want to pick something that momentum stops here. The question is what that is.
I suppose you always want to pick something that gets a point on your side.
Oh, well, right. But, like, there are some picks that people are more confident in. So it's like, you might want to pick that simply to just kind of stop, kind of get in their head a little, if that makes sense.
So you're suggesting they pick a stomp?
Yeah.
But
One
they
of them
stomp?
most confident.
Do you think there's any map in this pool that they really stomp on? They Russia banned out Identity, which I think was possibly the closest they could
I mean, if both teams go right now back and forth, winning on their own picks, Russia's going to take this simply off the fact that they've already taken a pick off Romania. So they just need to win off of their own picks, and they're good. So Romania's really in the hot seat right now. They need to take a pick off of Russia's picks and also win all their own.
Russia.
Oh, right as you say that, Illumintree broke. You blew it.
I mean, that wasn't my fault.
I don't know, man.
That
That
was
the
the slow
part.
section.
Yeah, you cursed him.
That's his fault.
I don't know, man.
Curses on the slow section. I mean, I get it. Curses on the harder section, yeah, but not on the slow section. That wasn't me. You can't put that on me.
That's witchcraft right there.
It will be a 3-0 to Russia. They move into their next pick. They're in full control. They're looking like they've got this on lock.
And yeah, when you're Russia, you're feeling really comfortable right now if you're Russia. You're 3 points up. 2 of those points were Romania's picks. You're on your own pick, so you're able to pick something to keep that momentum shifted in their favor. You gotta feel relaxed almost if you're this far up. Not too relaxed for obvious reasons. We've seen crazy comebacks from teams. But winning on 2 of Romania's picks is really good, especially when you consider the fact that Romania can really... I mean, if Russia were to 6-0, I really don't think it'll happen. I think if anything, Russia will win, I would say 6-2. I think Romania will be able to take a point or 2. But if Russia were to 6-0, Romania has only 4 picks, which goes by like the snap of a finger. I mean, we already seen 2 of them. We're going to be seeing Origami picked from the side of Russia, which I can very much see. Very stream-oriented map. As I was mentioning earlier, a lot of Russian players, very prominent on stream maps. Not to discredit Romania whatsoever, but it's just a lot of Russian players are, especially, at least on the OC World Cup team, are very stream-specialized players.
It's definitely a comfort pick. It's definitely something they are well versed in, practiced in. It's approach rate 9, OD 9. Do you think they're going to have any trouble with that, considering their top players are hard rock?
I mean, definitely not with the OD. The approach rate might prove to be issues on, like, kind of like... There's not really any crazy jump streams in here, but, like, maybe, like, jumps in between the stream. I guess that kind of sounds redundant, but jumps within the stream patterns, not jump streams themselves. They might have issues with that simply based off of the fact that they're going to be kind of tunneling on the streams. But again, it's one of the few stream picks in this round of or in this quarterfinals. So I'm sure Russia, of all teams, being very stream oriented, have practiced it and are used to approach rate for this pick.
Of course, this does have fail potential. There is.
Oh yeah, we saw it last night.
We did. The stream spacings do pick up across the map. It gets harder and harder as it goes on. I
feel like that kind of makes it even more of a comfort pick on the side of Russia. Because if I were to say any team is going to fail, I would say it'd be on the side of Romania from anyone that isn't Rohulk or Badu. And interestingly, by the way, Badu's going to be swapped out for Vuru. Badu's been performing super, super well, so I guess he's just not comfortable on stream maps.
Yeah, he's quite vocal about not being able to stream. So I think a tactical switch, possibly even a targeted pick against him to try and get him off the board.
I mean, yeah, he's been kind of the star player for Romania right now. He's been getting really high accuracy full combos on all maps, and when you have a map like this with a bunch of fail potential, like you were mentioning earlier, a full combo can really do a number on the team. So smart pick on the side of Russia. We'll see how well it favors them, but I'm definitely, in my mental prediction, probably going to say Russia's heavily favored to take this.
We have seen crazier things.
That's true. I mean, we saw South Korea leading by a crap ton yesterday on this map, and then all of a sudden, one of their players failed out that had 700k, and then one of China's failed out that had 300k, and it gave China barely enough to pass them. It was crazy.
I was most definitely asleep for that. I missed that one.
Oh yeah. Well, it was like 10:30 my time, so what, like 4 or 5:30 your time? It's
early.
The Nighthawk hours, basically. But yeah, standard start right now. No real difficult parts that would preempt any of these players to miss. But we are going to be seeing one come up. And this is a huge test.
Longest streams now.
I feel like you're definitely well versed in terms of stamina streams. How do you feel about, I guess, this map being a very big stamina map? We're going to be seeing 2 misses. How do you feel about this as a stamina map?
It is testing. It does test indeed, as a miss from Returnum, and Rohulk proves that. Test your stamina, but they also test your focus on streams. You have to be able to confidently tap, to be able to at least focus on reading the streams and knowing how to move.
Yeah, and a break from Talala is going to do something, but it's not going to do enough unless he fails. We'll see at this ending. It's looking like Russia's going to take this point if they call pass. And they're all going to do it.
Not quite enough for any fails, though. Everyone passes.
By almost a mil. Like, I mean, well, not really almost. It was like 700k. But definitely the most they've won a point by. So very, like we said, comfort pick from Russia right there. Getting Badu off the board because it is a stream map. Kind of testing how well Romania could really do on stream maps in comparison to Russia. I mean, and we said it. Russia's very specialized in streams, and you see it in the arms of Fallen and Red Pixel getting 99.3 and 99.5 full combos on a map that players have failed on in this tournament is super crazy. So big ups to them. Very solid performance from both of them there. I've seen a map that people fail on has to be a very good feeling, to say the least. And Romania is going to be picking their next pick right away. They're going to be picking Hard Rock. Higurashi no Nakukoroni. I don't know how to pronounce it that well, but that was a decent job, probably. Very.
Funnily enough, one of the members of our team absolutely loves the song.
Really, it's a very hit or miss situation. I can already kind of assume which player likes it by appearing over. Is it Moe?
Oh, of course it is.
Ah, there it is. It's a very hit or miss song. Like I've heard a lot of people say they like the song. I personally like it a lot, but I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, it's really boring for tournament." Blah 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 blah. I like it though.
I like the song. The map's long. That's the thing. It's long and it's really standard. It's really aim heavy. There's very few, if any at all, bursts.
Yeah, long.
You don't pick this for a quick win.
Yeah, long maps, especially Hard Rock ones, are a test of mental endurance just as much as they are a test of physical endurance in some cases. Like you mentioned, though, this is very jump heavy, so I don't think we'll be seeing tests of physical endurance on the level of Origami like we saw on the previous map, but do you think Russia is gonna... I mean, I don't know if it's too early to call, but do you think they're gonna 6-0 Romania?
It is too early to call. They've still got their pick. This could go the way of Romania. In fact, we've seen Badu. His aim has been proven time and time again.
That's true.
Russia, as long as they keep their they can focus, they might indeed take this, but also, if they drop that focus, Romania could very quickly snatch it up.
And on a map like this, you have to be kind of comfortable in the slower section, low BPM stuff, because there is a lot of it. There are jump sections, like we mentioned earlier, which is obviously why this is in quarterfinals. But as you can see with Neko's accuracy, already dropping to 88. If you're not comfortable in these slower sections, it can really stress you out, to say the least, for the harder parts. Pretty standard though, nothing to really commentate just yet.
This is a long map. We're going to be seeing scores building slowly.
Yeah, it's all gonna come down to the chorus for the most part. Any other break before that would be uncharacteristic.
Chorus of which we're
And
getting
Talala
into now.
gonna get that uncharacteristic break. Neko gonna be getting it on the chorus shortly after, and that's looking really good for Romania right now. And Talala breaking as well again, shortly followed by Neko again. It's looking really good for Romania right now. Solid 100k lead, only a third of the way through the map, but Rolly breaking is gonna be pretty good for Russia. It's gonna give them that little bit of opening. Rolly's break, although not equivalent to 3 breaks now that I said. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna stop. Every time I say the word break, it's just over. 3 breaks on the side of Russia is going to be really bad. 2 FCs on the side of Romania is really good. Especially considering that a lot of these breaks were around halfway through the map. It kind of, not solidifies it, but it makes it a very hard thing to come back from. Especially considering Rohok and Badu have been so consistent throughout this whole tournament, especially on Hard Rock style aim stuff. As we saw in the free mod pick, we saw both of them get full combos, I believe. It's going to be really hard for Russia to be able to kind of clinch this from Romania, despite Rolly kind of breaking all over the place. I mean, we can see the 200k lead.
So far, he's done what he's needed to do, and that is get a good support.
I mean, they wouldn't be winning without him right now. So, there's that.
They're backing him up, giving them as much as he can. And that's all you really can do. Just do your best in this sort of situation. If you know you're playing, I suppose, a little bit behind the curve, you just need to play as well as you can. Do what you can for your team. And of course, it's doing it right now. The 2 FCs to 1, Rohok Bado against only Allometry. There's big combos, Talala, Neko, Fallen now reaching 500 as we get into the next chorus. Combos looking stable. Accuracy's looking stable. There's no major drops.
Oh.
97. Early Eternum miss. But not much of an effect on the score right now. As Neko drops his big combo. Fastest Bado, there's the 1 FC gone. It's 1-1 now, and Fallen and Talala.
Oh, it's enough time though.
Talala has missed. Fallen's there, giving him as many points as he can. The lead is shrinking.
The lead is shrinking, but I don't think it's shrinking enough, Bubble Man. Rohok's holding the FC to offset a Lumentry, and all they really have is an 800 combo. Is that enough to take it? It's not really looking like it. There's still a 100k gap. The map's just wrapping up right now, and yeah, that's gonna do it by 121k.
Oh, Fallen.
You hate to see it, but we saw it. Rohok with a really great FC there. Gonna be getting only 5 100s. Super crazy, actually. 99.67. I mean, it's Rohok. He very much specializes in Hard Rock, so if there's a map he would have done that on, I would expect it to be this one. But very good performance from Rohok. Unfortunately, Badu gonna be getting that 1 miss. But Romania doing really well there. 3 of their players had 99 accuracy. Pretty solid work. On the side of Russia, Fallen had a pretty good accuracy play. Illumitry going to be getting the FC. Going to be putting a lot of weight for his team. But Romania showing up really well there. Stopping that momentum really well. And it's going to be Russia's pick now.
All important point on the board. 4-1. And I suppose we've seen a similar situation yesterday.
If you're Russia, what do you pick here?
There's the obvious pick of Sayate. There's the not so obvious pick of Take You for a Ride.
Oh, true. I didn't even know that was short for Take You for a Ride. Till literally yesterday. I've been calling it too far for the longest time. Sounding like a fool, I'm assuming.
No, I'm pretty sure a lot of people call it that. It just depends on, I suppose, what you want to call it. 2 for R is a valid... It is its name, after all. But 2 for R is in the pool. Some linear aim, bursts, 220 BPM. AR9 older mapping, mapped by Blue Dragon, now known as Miss Magius. And they
DT2
will go
is gonna be it.
DT2 Saihate no Kotoba. AR 8.8, which multiplies up to around approach rate 10.2. So it's above the normal cap.
Yeah, very fast DT pick in terms of BPM. You're gonna see the main things to look out for here in this pick specifically is I'd say finger control and accuracy are the two main, I guess, make or break situations in this pick. There's a lot of kind of not beat changes, but
This is a
what's the word?
brutal pick.
It definitely is. What's the word for like when a lot of like bursts, I guess, numbers change up a lot, like a 3 burst and a 5 burst and like 2.
I don't think there is a real term for it. It's just really bursty. It's really stamina draining.
It's very diverse in its rhythm.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Approach rate 8.8 for 4 minutes is very unforgiving. As well as it being OD 8.
Nope, I turned I'm gonna be having a blast.
Ooh, false start. False start.
False start. That's a point for Russia.
Disqualification.
Imagine. You all have to start at the same time and it was a road gov, otherwise GG. Early active, gonna be going to Romania here. Though it is early, so not really much is a big deal. Any 100s at the end could offset this small lead they have right now. So it's practically tied. Oh, but Rohulk breaking after 300 combo is gonna definitely untie things. As you can see, the bar on the bottom with a turn and breaking as well. If you're looking towards that bar, you're gonna be seeing that as well. Gonna be shifting the favor in Rush's favor pretty quickly. And now Vuru and Badu. The only 2 FCs left in the side of Romania already, not even going into this first chorus yet.
Interesting that they left Bado in. Maybe just because it's bursts?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Origami, those strings are so dang long. It's like, he's got to, when you're a player as good as Badu, you have to be comfortable on, at the very least, fast bursts. You don't get to the, I guess, that level of play without it, you know? But it's looking out to work well for them. I mean, except for accuracy. His accuracy is kind of super lacking right now, but as we mentioned earlier, accuracy is a huge part in this map, and you see it on the side of Russia, and it's why they're so dominant right now. They're able to keep their accuracy up, and their full combos are cooking pretty nice right now. Dropping accuracy can do a lot to you in terms of making you nervous to break, making you lose your rhythm, depending on, you know, if it's on a stream or what, but Neko and Vuru are going to be breaking.
It's the first full combo break from Russia. Still holding 3, but that break from Neko, of course, mirrored by Vuru, as well as Rohulk.
And there would have to be, I would say, almost a miracle right now for Romania to come back from this. All 3 of Russia would have to break, Badu would have to hold, the tournament would have to hold. And it'd have to be like right now. But right now is the place for it to happen, so Whether it will or not is the question, but I don't think it is. Solid work from all three of the players on the side of Russia. Badu as well going to be getting through that section. No players really breaking in that section. Really crazy. But it's looking too little too late right now for the side of Romania. It's looking like Russia is going to be taking their third pick. Pretty convincingly again, too.
Yeah, there's not much really to be said anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Neko's built
saying.
up another 700 combo. Strong performance from Russia.
Oh, Talala, no! Unfortunate.
Strong shutout.
I
Nearly a
think they're still
million
going to make it
points,
to
and I
4 mil,
think
though. Yeah, and the 4 mil score coming out from Russia is super convincing. I know on DT it's out of 1.2 mil, but still 4 mil on this map is super crazy. Speaking of crazy, Illumintree and Aden's accuracy on those full combos is super nuts. Really good job from both of them. Badu going to be full comboing as well, but it's not going to be nearly enough as Russia's going to win that pick by a little short of 1 million. The most convincing win that we've seen in this match. And now if you're in Romania's position, you've got to feel nervous. You got to win 2 of your own picks, 2 of Russia's picks, and then you got to beat them on a tiebreaker. But I do think, if I were to pick this tiebreaker to favor anyone,
I think I'd still give the tiebreaker to Russia.
that's the thing, is I was going to say Romania, but I'm like, Countdown to the Blue is pretty good for Russia. But having that kind of nerves, I mean, I'm sure with your experience in tournaments in general, but also OC World Cup more specifically, nerves can really, I guess, make or break somebody. It can give you the adrenaline to kind of push on and bounce back from a sticky situation, or it can just make you crumble under the pressure.
That's an interesting pick.
2-4. Or take you for a ride for the more educated, unlike myself. It's a very interesting pick, like you said.
And not something I would have expected Romania to go for. I would have said the ball was fairly in Russia's court on that one.
Badu said, let's steal another point, so... Maybe they have something up their sleeve. I'm fine with either result because this banger gets to get played on stream, so...
Always loved Renard. Great music.
Yeah, as we mentioned at kind of like the start of this match, I think you were very much right with the specialist picks and the comfort roster, because we've seen Vuru playing a lot in this tournament, actually. I think he's played on more picks. Obviously more picks than he has, but also I think he's played more picks than I think Chiyu has, who had previously played 7, which is a lot considering the most was 9. But we're going to be going into this potentially last pick of our block.
Potentially Romania's last pick.
Of their tournament.
Last map of the tournament, indeed. Can they hang on for one more? I miss Malametri and Vuru in the intro. Interesting.
2 mil to 233k. Neko with a crazy 1.8 mil play. Holy moly! How are they doing it?
That's an interesting one. I've seen that before.
Alright, Bubble Man, how do you come back from this one? Oh, never mind. That's how. The panic button.
I like that one. That one was.
Boss battle. It's a new kind of tournament we're trying here at the World Cup. We just give one random player like 2 mil, and you know, if we see if something crazy can happen, you know.
Yeah, new tournament idea: raid boss. You play
That would be
18
kind of
versus
interesting.
1, and the one player's score is multiplied by 10.
That would be kind of interesting. Like, you know, those versus the world streams that some players do. It would be interesting to see like kind of like a score multiplier for being on the unfavored team.
And you know what is interesting? Is Romania currently in the lead
That was
with
a segue.
combo as well. 2 FCs to 1. Rohul Gumbado, of course, the cornerstone, central pillar of their team. They're holding strong.
I feel like I'm not even allowed to be surprised anymore, but Rohal's accuracy right now with hitting hard rock is actually like nuts.
It's what he's known for.
I
It's
know,
what
but
he
like
does day in, day out.
in tournament, dude,
Day in, day out.
look like he's the best hack.
That's his everyday.
He's the best accuracy right now, and he has hitting hard rock on. There's no other way to say it. He's gaming right now, and it's paying off because I mean, look at the score gap, 300k.
Let's see if anyone misses on the circle. Everyone hits it.
We're not gonna be
I think
seeing it,
that's
yeah.
the first time.
Wow. And it's
Nekham
looking-
misses just afterwards, but another point for Romania.
Yeah, and
A second on the board. They're still in it.
they really are, especially with a win that convincing. It's definitely looking decent for them. Winning by 600k, what basically that's how convincing we'd seen Russia win on some of these picks, and Romania
99.47% for Rohulk.
so crazy, dude.
100s.
So crazy. I wonder what that is on the leaderboard.
That's
like-
high up.
Oh, definitely.
That might even be
I say that's top
number
tier.
1.
Oh my gosh.
From when I last checked, the number 1 was Dust Ice with 99.09%. There was some early 100s from him. Not sure, of course, whether that would have beat it or not, because we're not playing Score V1, we're playing Score V2.
Well,
But
it looks
would
like
be
they're
high.
yeah, it looks like they're saying number 1 or number 2 generally.
Moving straight into Hidden 1 from Russia.
How do you feel about this pick for Russia?
Not a pick I would have expected
That's the thing. Like, I don't
from
think
their side, but they have the players for it. They have an Okinotori, Axiu. They have the ability. They have at least 4 players who can form a roster for a hidden pick. Not
They
as
do.
well known as they are for Hard Rock DT, but they are competent.
That's the thing. Like, they do have the roster for it, but I guess the question then becomes like, I feel like Romania equally has the roster for it. You know?
I mean, you
It's
can
like-
say that about any team in this tournament.
I wouldn't say that for Hard Rock. I would definitely say Russia is more favored than Hard Rock. We've seen it a lot, but in terms of hidden, I feel like they're
But even
How do
then,
you say
Romania
that?
has the roster for it. They won the Hard Rock.
well,
pick, they
right.
picked it.
Left, but if you were to pick a team, like if you were to say whether one team or the other is Hard Rock favored, you'd, I guess, obviously say Russia, if that makes sense. But-
I suppose you would guess Russia, but of course, all down to how you play on the day, whether you practice the maps or not.
And with that, we're gonna be going into the first pick. Axe gonna be just looking at the OC screen. He's having a good time. No more OC screen for him, but
Once again, Romania 3 points down before tiebreaker. They've got to break Russia's point twice, which includes this one, and they've got to win their own map. The pressure's on. Russia have this comfort knowing that they're on match point. One more map victory will give them the win, let them advance in the losers bracket.
The pressure's going to be a bit relieved, though, with an early break from Axe. Not going to do a lot, but a break from Chiyu during the cores is going to do even more than that. That's going to give a slight favor to Russia. Oh, Fallen! Very uncharacteristic break on the jump sliders there. Is going to be really bad for them, actually. Especially since Chiyu hasn't really messed up since then. Fallen unable to kind of regain composure on that next stream after the break. And things are looking good for Romania right now. Yeah, kind of hard to break on that chorus for the most part. The second chorus, at least. The first chorus is, in my opinion, a bit easier to have yourself find a miss on this map particularly. But you always see that in anime songs. The second chorus sometimes just gets led into by the verse, and it's a lot more tame. And we're going to be seeing these back and forths. Wondering if any of these players mess up on it. They didn't catch any player by off guard or surprise or anything like that, because all of them have already seen it once, so they're going to know it's obviously a prominent section in this map now. And no players breaking. Both sides going to be seeing each other's scores. Romania slightly trailing ahead by around 80k. Are they going to be able to hold it is the question, or is Russia going to be able to take this 6-2 and end the tournament? Well, not the tournament, just the round. But we'll see in this last chorus.
Big 100 drops from Elementary. He keeps his combo. They're still there, breathing down Romania's neck.
But that accuracy drop this late into the map is going to be huge, and it's going to give Romania over 100k of leeway. And that's looking like it's going to solidify it for Romania there. Eternum, Badu, and Rohulk all going to be full comboing here. Eternum with a 99.3. But Chiyu breaking. And Eternum breaking. Hold up. Is it too late is the question. The bar is moving.
I think it is.
And with that, that's going to do it.
Oh,
Russia wins in the last second by 30k. What?
Heartbreak for the Romanian side.
What?
As they look incredibly strong towards the end of that map and just lose it. They crumble under the pressure that had been put on them.
Oh no.
Lose out on that point. Russia take it 6-2. On a surprise coming from behind victory on that last map. But of course, anything can happen.
It looks
Any
so
breaks
good.
could spell the end. And of course, that is the end of Romania's bid in this World Cup. Thank you very much for playing. Very valiant competitors.
Yeah, very good job on the side of Romania. I mean, they definitely, despite unfortunately dropping in losers round 1, had a very good run. They were not really, I guess, favored to make it out of the groups. I mean, they were, but they weren't. They definitely weren't favored to take that match over Poland, especially the match that would inevitably knock them out of groups. They had a very good run. Unfortunately, that is going to end their run there. Russia is going to be beating them 6-2, going on to face Norway in week 4. But very valiant effort, like you said, to Romania. Thank you guys so much for all playing. We really appreciate you here at the World Cup, putting your effort, your full efforts towards working to play your best in this tournament is really amazing, and you guys really showed what you guys were capable of.
Indeed.